I'm a little young, but you don't know what I've become. Can't you see it in my face? The demon living in disguise, but you can see the killer in my eyes. I've got a look you can't escape. Boku no mirai wa dare ni mo wakaru nai. Mina wa boku o dame na yatsu to omou. Kakami o mitsumeru boku o misakete iru. Kedo naka ni wa okina chikara kibo ga aru. Maybe I'm a little young, but you don't know what I've become. Can't you see it in my face? A demon living in disguise, but you can see the killer in my eyes. I've got a look you can't escape.
Lock in, chat. We've got a good one. Oh, baby. Diesel, 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 you sweeper.
No one understood the world that I was making. Look me in the
Honestly, I needed a break from Tyler, so thanks for streaming. I'm very sorry because this one is about Tyler. But I'll be leaking some stuff that he doesn't want public.
in my face. A demon living in disguise, but you can see the killer in my eyes. I've got a look you can't escape.
Well, well, well. Well, well, well. Tyler, Tyler, Tyler. You know, here's the thing. I am not going to get on a call with Tyler because he is just going to yell. I'll gladly talk to him off stream, though. I meant a break from listening to Tyler. Oh, well, I mean, you know, I will be reading his words here this evening. Tyler's having a moment.
What you think about?
Yeah, he'll be having more of a moment once this is done. Which, by the way, I did hear about that. I did want to cover that. But little did I know there was a bit of an idiot fight this evening. There we go. That should be better. Welcome, welcome. We've got some tea to drop this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Lock in.
This is bigger than ourselves. We won't let the world burn away. Burn away. We feel betrayed.
I will explain who Tyler is. Don't you worry your pretty little head. Well, we do have another example of some moron trying to pedo jacket me, so I figure it's time for me to actually shoot some shots. Alrighty, chat. Welcome to the stream. So let's buckle up. I'm going to do a little bit of a preamble to explain who the fuck Tyler is. So Tyler is somebody that I ended up becoming familiar with via just random dramas. He's a political guy, and I fucked with him, right? Cloudy with the 20 gifted. Cloudy, do you know you're part of the Groomer Defense League? It's ridiculous. Can't believe it. Thank you for the 20 gifted, though. Very based. So, let's talk about this a little bit. So yeah, I was polite to Tyler for a long time because I liked him. That was really it. And that's something that I've repeated before. I repeated it last stream when I talked about this. And we'll play some clip chimps of Tyler as well. But Tyler went live today, basically talking about this and talking about the drama that he's in. So let me break it down in a very simple way. Tyler didn't like Beckett's coverage of Destiny's leaks with Pixie. He didn't like that. So, in result to that, he responded by basically, long story short, this goes from Tyler accusing Beckett of doing bad journalism to accusing Beckett of sweeping for like pedophiles and stuff like that, right? And basically accusing much of commentary of being pedophile harborers, right? And I've said this before, where when you say stuff like that, you're basically just calling somebody a pedophile. So that is what Tyler's been doing. He's done that already. I've been paying attention and following as Tyler's been saying these things. And I feel that these things are very disingenuous and dishonest and very slanderous to say about people. You know, I haven't gotten on stream and said anything about Tyler that is disparaging, really. I do find what he's doing pretty reprehensible just overall. But, you know, people want to basically, there's been a lot of people in the political sphere saying things like, oh, well, you know, commentary is like okay with slurs and stuff like that, which I've never been okay with slurs, right? Apparently the term spurg is a slur, which is like whatever, but like a lot of these people that are in Tyler's community are going around basically acting like little woke scold bullies, Tyler being the biggest of them all. Now, a few months ago when I had met Tyler and had a conversation with him in private, the conversation was basically about this exposed video, right? The problem with the exposed video was a lot of things, but you know, there was a lot of things that Tyler was accusing us of recently, and after reading the script, I've noticed that it's kind of the same thing, right? But yeah, basically Tyler's a streamer. That's really all you need to know. And when I did my stream sweeping with Beckett, he basically is pedo jacketing everybody, including myself. I should mention, though, that even though I'm included in that of being pedo jacketed, he's very much more velvet gloved with me. And I think that's because I'm a much larger YouTuber and I've been doing this a longer time than Tyler. He's been very nice to me despite being very disparaging to my friends and saying really, really heinous things. Currently, him and President Sunday, another streamer who's involved in this drama, are debating, and it is a very bad debate, and it is going very badly. It's basically just a big internet slap fight where Tyler's calling him like a fat alcoholic shitheel, and Sunday is sitting there in silence waiting for Tyler to stop. So I'm just going to throw some oil on this fire, and I'm going to leak the exposed video, the script of the exposed video that Tyler did not, that Tyler wanted to put out, and then I convinced him to not put out, right? So I am going to leak this now, and we are going to read this video. And basically, I will be comparing it to the recent drama, because you're going to notice that the things that he is accusing me, Beckett, Chud, Queeman, Sunday, many other streamers of are things that he had done in the past. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm absolutely okay with like President Sunday or Aiko. I don't really know the guys. I have friends that have been in beefs with them, so I'm not necessarily friends with them, but I'm not going to be disparaging against Sunday or Aiko because they've never been disparaging against me, right? So, we are going to do that. The video is titled Absolute Freak Show, President Sunday and Aiko's necrophilia sexual harassment campaign, right? And I'll make sure, chat, to compare. Now, I got a copy of this video script from Tyler, right? It was shared via Google Drive, which is how I have a copy of it, because Google Drive saves shared documents in history. So there we go. Now, with that being said, let us continue on and figure out what the fuck is inside this. Okay? Now, I should mention, by the way, another really frustrating thing is that when I privately spoke to Tyler, he immediately turned around on Discord and mentioned me by name. When I give a nut check, that doesn't mean that you can go use me as Cloud Capital. That's really cringe, and you're cringe. Okay? I don't like that. I don't like being used as Cloud Capital. I felt that I was developing a pretty positive relationship with Tyler, so it was very annoying that I found out recently after our first interaction, he was immediately name dropping me like some fucking Californian, wannabe star or something. Yes, there. Right. Anyway, let's yeah, I'm gonna turn my Discord notifications off right now. Hold on. I can actually just turn them off for streams, that way I can still hear them. There. You should be good. Why do you keep leaving them on? Because I sometimes am fed information. All right. So, chat, first of all, trigger warning. Sexual assault, necrophilia, spousal abuse, animal abuse. Most content not safe for life. So be wary how you may display on stream. Right? Op Block also got name dropped, right? Op Block, as you guys know, Falgi is apparently part of the Groomer Defense League. So, the Op Block is apparently the Groomer Defense League. Very appropriate behavior to hear. So that's great. But yeah. Preamble. My name is Tyler from Westside Tyler Live, a YouTube live stream channel focused on lefty commentary. Blah, 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 who cares? I started talking to another streamer, President Sunday, early in 2024, and built a bog standard, friendly, and professional relationship with him. He started getting weird and patronizing in our interactions until this all culminated in him trying to blow up an extremely serious story on CSA in order to fix my version and take credit as some sort of mentor or some shit. So this is in relation to the Demon Mama story. I don't really fucking know the details of that, right? But from what Beckett has told me, it seemed like Tyler did a pretty bad job. And Beckett was like, guys, Tyler's new. He just doesn't understand, right? He was weird as fuck, so I blew up our relationship by criticizing him over his unprofessionalism. So this is something that you might have noticed happened to Beckett recently. Beckett was criticized for being unprofessional from Tyler because of his recent coverage of Pixie. However you feel about the coverage of Pixie is whatever, and Tyler is allowed to defend or to criticize Beckett for that lack of professionalism, right? He was threatening to go after Demon Mama's chatters. Well, you know what's interesting, Gerald, is that that's happening again with this current situation. He is basically pointing the finger at both creators and their fan bases, saying that, it's like a pedophile harboring and that we all make exceptions for criminals in situations if we like them, right? Booted his community out of mine, and following that, he and his community of freaks, drug addicts, sexual deviants, and sycophants have been pursuing a harassment campaign against me. I really don't give a shit about that because they're a bunch of freaks and it comes with the territory. So I do want to say that after Tyler pedo-jacketed a large amount of people in commentary, he immediately turned around and levied a lot of these criticisms at people in commentary, right? So, I find it very funny that this whole conversation about freaks, drug addicts, sexual deviants, and sycophants is being thrown at commentary, right? When it was being thrown at Sunday's community earlier. Now, I don't really know what Sunday's community is like. Maybe they're like that. What I'm saying is it's very interesting how Tyler used the same language for somebody else he had a beef with in the past. It's almost like every time he has a beef, he starts bringing out these words. What I take issue with is that following his one-sided divorce, Sunday's mind slipped or something, and his commentary on me became increasingly sexual in nature. Now, I should mention, I was watching their debate, and with good humor, I must say that there is a little bit of a toxic-yaoi relationship between them. There is something weirdly flirtatious about their arguing. Tyler makes a lot of insinuations and comments about Sunday's body, and it almost borders on being sexual.
Minors, now criminals. How could you?
There's a lot of toxic yaoi going on there. Yeah. Maybe that's a smidge too far, and I'm sexually harassing Tyler by saying that, but I'm just saying that the conversations he's having with President Sunday are fucking weird. Let's see. Also, another reason that I told Tyler not to do this video is because of disparaging comments like these, which have little to nothing to do with any of the beef he has with Sunday, right? Stuff about his divorce or stuff about his alcoholism and things that are just really not anybody's business or anybody cares about. Chat, when I expose someone or I do a video about them, usually things I don't talk about unless it's incredibly prescient to the story is whether or not they were fucking divorced or not. I don't give a shit if you were divorced. I might just find it funny. I might make a joke about it, but it is not going to be used as an example of how much more credible I am than you, which is a lot of how Tyler words a lot of these things in this script. Sunday's mind slipped in something, and his commentary became increasingly sexual in nature. He's obsessed with my masculinity and emasculating me, which is interesting because if you were listening to the stream that was happening right now between Sunday and Tyler, Tyler was being very loud and trying to emasculate Sunday. Now, that isn't to say that Sunday wasn't doing it back. They were both doing it to each other. But I'm just going to call a spade and say that these motherfuckers live in glass houses and we're trying to emasculate each other. That's what I'm doing right now. But I actually don't need to swear or talk really loudly to do it. I can just read this and I'm correct. Calling me a bitch the way you would if you had tied someone to a radiator in your crawl space, which is also interesting because of how loud Tyler is being right now. I'm sure he's still yelling right at this current moment. In fact, I'm pretty sure some of his chatters might have told him that I'm reading this script right now out to you, to the public. Anyway, another thing that has come up is that Tyler says he's not crashing out. That's wrong. Tyler says that a crash out is when you go shoot up a mall, which I love a good Fed post as much as the next guy, but I probably wouldn't say that in the same kind of conversation, right? It's not good to say that when you're like, I'm not crashing out. A crash out is when I would shoot up a mall, buddy.
Damn, so I guess I should stop telling people IRL I talked to you once in a VC for clout, smiley face, using people for clout is lame, friends.
And permitting his extremely poorly moderated Discord and live chat to engage in the same weird as fuck sexual bullshit. Again, which, by the way, I know, and Tyler and Sunday were going over the semantics of this, but Tyler did have a not safe for work chat in his Discord, and the not safe for work art chat was supposed to be for, like, you know, artsy stuff, but at the time it was just being used for, like, gooning material. So it wasn't being used in a way that was very productive for the art. It was just like, you know, posting whole. So, you know, it's like. Again, I don't care much at all and thought it was funny to watch him spiral. So he stepped it up again and started to attack my wife, who doesn't appear in my streams and is a private individual outside the cesspit of YouTube commentary. Which is true. His wife, and again, I didn't really want to, like, talk about this, but yeah, when I was talking with Tyler in our call that I didn't record because it was a call made in good faith, is that, you know, his wife had already said, honey, I don't care what strangers on the internet are saying about me, stop, right? So his wife had already expressed a massive amount of disinterest in this conversation, right? She didn't care. what people like Sunday and Aiko were saying about her. She was just living her life, and she didn't care. He does. He says that it's for content and kayfabe, but I can tell you after having that conversation with Tyler and plenty of things that I've seen, Tyler did care, and reasonably so. He's married to this woman. He's allowed to be upset about it, but you got to be careful about reacting to these things. One of the things I told Tyler in that call is to not react to these things because it's going to make it worse for you and your wife. And if you care, you probably should just shut the fuck up, right? From August 2024 till now, November of 2024, Sunday spends his broadcast week getting shit-faced, sweaty, and pissed off and whines about me online. Which, I should say, again, those that live in glass houses, this is something that just happens between the both of them. They both go at it. They both go at each other. And I had it on good authority that Sunday would have stopped talking about Tyler had Tyler stopped talking about Sunday. Basically, a mutually agreed upon silence on each other. Of course, with this recent thing that Beckett and I ended up kicking off a little bit, that those gloves came off again, right? During these diatribes, he has frequently insinuated that I beat my wife to the point where it became a meme in his community and his orbiter, Aiko's community. Aiko literally seems to get off on sexual harassment. She's an absolute fucking weirdo and has a chatter named Tyler's wife who frequently makes $2 donations saying the most rank shit about my spouse possible. Again, these are random glupshittos on the internet donating money. So, like, don't get into, like, beef, right? Like, it's one thing to get into beef with Aiko. It's another thing to get into beef with an account called Tyler's Wife that is doing it with the express intent to get you to have a reaction. That is all they were doing. People make funny meme accounts to mock other people all the time. That happens, right? So I was like, why? Also, this insinuation that Aiko seems to get off the sexual harassment portrays her a bit as a sexual deviant. You could say a lot of things about Aiko. I don't think that's one of them. And I think without evidence, that's really not a good thing to do and that you shouldn't do it. Tipster has responded better to his fake accounts, okay? Let's see about my spouse. Possible that she's dead in a freezer and that I skull fucked her and I've jammed the contents of a trunk drawer into her, etc., etc. There's literally too many of these clips. For the health and safety of Aiko and Sunday, I've stopped looking at them. Which, by the way, is mega fed posty of a sentence. Did Tyler actually post this doc even after being told not to? No. So after I told Tyler not to, while privately he mentioned me by name, on public on stream, he was like a YouTuber, basically had me to do a touch grass moment. There's a stream titled, I had a touching grass moment. That is the stream. He is talking about me in that stream. Tyler didn't post this, right? So this is a saved copy I have. So things like these links that are supposed to lead to Dropbox do not work anymore. But originally, these were like screen grabs of, you know, Aiko responding to donos, right? So people would donate insane shit and she would go like hee hee or something, right? Because if you ever watch an Aiko stream, you know, she's kind of a quiet motherfucker, right? It's more like a mutual reacting with the audience type of thing, right? So like any of these links, and I've checked them all, by the way, chat, they're all Dropbox links and none of them work. So we don't have them, but we actually have the screenshots in here, right? Is this a separate thing between Sunday and Tyler, or will we also be hearing a side from Nicholas Diorio? No, Nicholas Diorio is not involved. There are literally too many of these to clip, and for the health and safety of Aiko and Sunday, I've stopped looking at them. You also shouldn't probably watch them, but be aware these are all available online on YouTube. Just go give any Aiko stream and search wife in a transcript. Clips and evidence of all the good shit. So these are not things that Aiko is saying. These are things that Aiko is responding to. Most of these, from what I remember, and my recollection is not perfect, so I'm I'll willingly admit maybe I'm missing something because I don't remember things perfectly, right? But a lot of these were people donating disparaging things about Tyler. So, for example, somebody would donate about how, like, oh, something like, Tyler being violent and skull fucking his wife, right? So somebody would donate something like that, and Aiko wouldn't disavow it. She would just laugh about it, right? So because Aiko would laugh about these things instead of actively disavowing and then banning the chatter, that is considered like an agreement, right? Or like like you approve of that behavior. And so, Aiko is basically approving of necrophilic skull fucking, right? These donos are as recent as the days after the election, and there are often several donos per stream, as is what happens when you're a streamer. Aiko celebrates and encourages this. Her chat loves it, and it led to some sick as fuck content on her and Sunday's Discord servers. So you got to realize that these communities hate each other. I know that I've also been on the receiving end of it now, none of which I really care about all that much. But yeah, basically these community members, not Aiko or Sunday, but random Discord glupshitos are saying disparaging things about Tyler's wife in a Discord server that already doesn't like Tyler. Okay? Particularly, users writing necrophilia, hurt porn, and sexual assault fanfiction about me and my wife. There's been no repercussions for this conduct. No apologies to me, nor public statements from Sunday for supporting the ideas, communities, and motivations to create this sick shit. Screenshots below. So basically, what I'm hearing here and what I'm getting from the document is that because they're not disavowing the statements of Discord glupshitos in their community, they approve of these things. Is what I am getting from it. I don't think you need to make like a tweet apologizing for something weird your fans do. I don't think so. I think if you take moderation action, which I will even show the moderation action taking place, that you really don't need to do anything, right? This is weird for those glupshitos to do. It is, right? But you're going to see that it's put a stop to. Right? So you're going to see that it's put a stop to in Sunday's server, right? All right. Let's see. I'll read these now since now we're here and Tyler was going to share this around anyway, right? Dead Air Diesel. I'm sorry. Somebody was asking for me to send stuff to them. Tyler's garden. The hole was dug and Mr. Bell admired his handiwork. Yes, it had taken much out of him to dismember the Canadian menace and dig a shallow grave. But the agony in his back only reminded him that he was alive. General jokes that are made about Tyler is his back pain, and I'm pretty sure the Canadian menace in this equation is Sunday. More alive than he had ever felt, randomly shooting up villages in far-flung Iraq. So Tyler often makes jokes about his time in the military. Could you link that Google Doc? I will publish it once this is done. But, Tyler makes jokes about his time and violence, so that happens all the time. That is something that I've seen. No, this was different. This bloodshed he could taste, feel it in all his senses. This was personal and sated the need, unlike anything ever before. Mr. Bell had felt the need in his most formative years. Somewhere in his brain, he could hear his mother calling him, rage in her voice. He is 7 years old again, watching in fascination as he plucks the legs off of grasshoppers. Guys, let it be clear that this is rage bait, right? These people are posting these things with the intention of making Tyler upset and angry, right? And making it so that way he responds and reacts to it, right? So this is really, obviously this shit's fucked up. I'm not going to say it isn't, but it's a shit post with the intent to make him angry. And it did, and it has. Okay? Once he patted down the dirt of the grave of the Canadian menace, he contemplated what sort of grass he should plant over his nemesis. Rye, St. Augustine? Or maybe he should plant some daylilies. It really didn't matter. That's another thing. I've heard Tyler Gardens as well. No one ever came into his backyard. No one of import, anyway. His wife knew better than to ask questions. You won't steal Tyler's content ever again, Mr. Bell told the grave. And somehow he knew there would be others who tried to steal his content. He smiled. The fun had only just begun. I wrote these in August. We got an author's note in here. Bro, I can't listen to Tyler scream anymore. Well, I'm reading the Tyler fan fiction that sent him over the deep end, okay? Tyler's manhood was sheathed in a sensible gray sweatpants. He felt the testosterone running through his veins, the virility of a true Adonis. He just finished his jaunty strut on the treadmill and was on his way to the yoga room. That's when he saw her, a young, attractive woman walking by. Is she, Tyler thought, is she looking at my... So this is... This is another thing. Tyler was like pretty hung up about them sexualizing him when he was wearing gray sweatpants at the gym and he took a picture, right? I just want to say that I post thirst traps all the time with intent. So if you want to fucking york it to me, I don't fucking care. But that is really funny. The woman smiled and continued on her way, trying not to laugh. Sweat formed in the area of his crotch, mimicking urine. And then it's like clipped here weirdly, so I don't know what's going on. Remember, this is Tyler. Can happen by even just talking about him. Seriously, if y'all are butthurt over Tyler's wife's sodomy at Ico, she's in the server, you know. See what I did there? I'm here all week. I don't know. Nowhere in this is Tyler's wife sexually engaged in any way. All of this was about somebody else. What does that have to do about your wife? None of that was. I mean, yeah, you're being like, you're like getting all like. First of all, this is stupid. Why are you even angry about this, Tyler? Oh my god. I'm sure Tyler's wife is a lovely woman, and he might even let her out of the cage occasionally. I did see that Iskal posted a response today. Tyler's wife, a fictional ghost story. She's giving me the cold shoulder, Tyler chortled to his audience. A cold shoulder indeed. It had been 2 months since Tyler's wife had left on vacation, ostensibly to Alaska. Dude, Mama JF is still missing, guys. We gotta get her off the banana boat, bro. Yeah, she'd always wanted to go there, see the ice, flirt with the Eskednut. She'll be back soon. His voice was neutral. Back soon? How could she come back when she never left? The 13-gallon freezer bag cradles me inside it, seals me away from the freezer bird, from the troubles of my life. Where did my torso go? My arms, my legs. So this is unhinged. I will admit it, this is fucking weird, okay? But this is also not any of his enemies. This is a random person on Discord saying this, okay? This is a Discord chatter. All right? And it is fucking weird that he screenshotted a Discord chatter, all right, when it clearly made him upset, put it in a document, and then planned to signal blast it. which I'm doing right now. I used to think Tyler would protect me. I thought that love was enough to quell his demons, but love expires. It's as illusory as autumn leaves scattering in the wind. Occasionally, I'm set at liberty, even if it's for a few moments. Large, meaty hands, the hands that once killed people during Iraqi freedom, pull me up by my post-mortem ponytail out of the freezer bag, and I feel air. I feel warmth on my blued, bloodless skin. Sometimes he takes me to the couch and cradles me tenderly, and love surges within me, just as it did before he got angry at me. If I knew where my heart was, it would feel conflicted. Occasionally, he'd use me as a prop to recite the passages from Hamlet. Alas, poor S. I knew her well. I didn't want him to slip me back into that bag. I wanted to be there with him, even though he didn't really love me. So, yeah, this is weird. This is really fucking weird, and I don't approve of it. But again, I had talked Tyler off a ledge from this, okay? In the spirit of fairness, whatever the fuck that means in a situation like this, Sunday made a few limp-wristed and ultimately toothless suggestions to stop this conduct, or to be some sort of blowback against the chatters involved. Spoiler, not a fucking thing happened. We're gonna get into that, chat. But I feel that this is a bit of a disingenuous way of phrasing that. Aiko continued to get those donos. He kept appearing on the show between them. So now, Sunday is getting the heat for Aiko getting donos that are disparaging about Tyler and his wife. It's not even Sunday doing it. It's a complete other fucking third party. All right? And somehow it's Sunday's fault, even though he's definitely not the person involved with that. Okay?
M. Night Shyamalan fanfic.
And people who celebrated those donos and the psycho that wrote the weird porn fiction are still participating in both communities. So they had, well, here's why this is fucking irritating, right? So let's say somebody acts annoying in a Discord. It's a public community Discord. You as a creator or your moderators can step in and say, stop. And then if the person stops, you don't need to enforce anything on them because they've stopped. Okay? Right? So, Sunday responds, I'm going to be moderating the server myself more proactively. If you're being disruptive, hostile, or unpleasant towards other members, or otherwise making the space unwelcoming to others, you'll have access heavily restricted. Sunday rated.
Just came from the Sunday and Tyler debate.
Don't worry,
Tyler
Sunday, I will
came
send you a
from the
copy of
Sunday
this.
and Tyler debate. Tyler acting deranged.
I just wanted him to know it was me that published it. You'll have access heavily restricted. We have been flexible for a long time out of consideration for members who might be going through things in their life. But as of now, we will not be making special accommodations or giving anyone special treatment going forward. And I will send it to Aiko as well. Yes. All right. So this is really funny because this is exactly what Tyler is asking Sunday to do. Sunday is asking Tyler, or Sunday is saying in his server, stop, behave. We're not going to be, you know, we're not going to just let you run around and be annoying, right? It's very clear what's happening right now, right? And then there's this person talking about Tyler's wife's Goodreads account, and that's not me sharing anything that Tyler didn't share himself, right? So Sunday says directly, no dissing Tyler's wife. In fact, no discussion of his wife at all. Thank you. Now, guys, does this sound like President Sunday is doing nothing? Because it sounds like he's put a pretty big lid on it. Interesting. What else can you do? Very reasonable. And Tyler phrases it like this. Wow, what a white fucking night. Real king shit. Very base and impressive. It's important to note that Sunday is a full-blown alcoholic and takes literally no responsibility for the running of his server. So that's all bullshit. Here's him and Aiko sexually harassing me for their audience's amusement and joking about killing my wife. Now, again, I can't look at any of these things because they've all been deleted. Would have loved if Tyler kept those up because it would have been great for maybe even his argument. But remember, I had to get this through very difficult means. Okay? Just for the record, these are the sort of thumbnails Sunday was making about me at the time, which are not like any other thumbnails on his page. I don't give a shit about being made fun of. I think you actually give a lot of a shit about being made fun of. I don't know why, Tyler, but you really do want to act like the big man on campus. And I'm sorry, but you're not. And the attitude that you walk around with is just really cringe and rude. And I'm just really fucking, like, peeved about it. I'm late. Did Tyler make a freaking call-out doc? No, this is a call-out doc that he decided to not post. And now I'm posting it for him. But this is just me with cum dripping out of my mouth and a male cow straining to bust fat loads of milk from its udders. There we go. So this is one of Aiko's thumbnails, or it's like, this might have been posted to Sunday's channel, but this is an Aiko thumbnail. If you've ever seen an Aiko thumbnail, she makes everybody's face like real oily and greasy. All right. So this is something that Aiko does all the fucking time. Okay, it's a classic Aiko wet edit. Okay. I'd love to know how she does it. Honestly, I think it's a very interesting edit. I don't know how she does it. I need to figure out how to do that. So then we have another. This is like a lol cow thumbnail, right? It's not a good thumbnail, but you know, she's taking commissions for that now. You know, I get that bag. I don't have to tell you. All right, and then so birth of a lol cow. Westside Tyler is a slimeball backstabber, and so we have like some kind of like. This looks like it's a little bit of AI edited, but we have like this, you know, it's lol cow milk. You guys all get it. Lol cow milk. You know what that is, right? Let's see. We have another edit of Tyler as a cow. Guys, what didn't you see in any of these thumbnails? What didn't you see? Did you see any allusions to cum? Does any of this look like cum? Chat? Right? I don't think this looks like cum. I think this looks like milk. And that if you think it looks like cum, you're kind of fucking weird. Right? Like that's, like obviously he's making a groaning face, but that's milk. A cow makes milk, not cum. Okay? Cow's milk, no cum. This, I mean, again, anybody who knows Aiko knows what that is, right? That one I'll give, right? But you also don't cover your face in cum. Your face gets covered in sweat. Which is why I'm, you know, man, something joke about Marines and being gay. I don't know what to tell you. You know what could make these extreme close-ups of my face with cum dripping out of it weirder? President Sunday thinks I look like his dad. This was a weird sticking point, and I remember this being, like, when I was watching the debate tonight, which wasn't a debate. This is, I don't know why this keeps coming up about the Sunday saying, I don't know why. Maybe the Sunday viewers in the chat who are completely aware of why that is and why that keeps coming up in conversation. But Sunday said that once as a throwaway comment. Okay.
If he thinks cum comes from a cow's udder, I can tell the carry-ons did wonders for his IQ.
Yeah, I mean, that's a weird throwaway comment, but The thing that makes it strange is that Tyler keeps bringing it up. I don't know why it's constantly like brought up. Like I said, chat, there's like some weird sexual tension, like toxic yaoi relationship going on. But again, I don't think it's cum. I don't think it's cum. I'd hate to be the arbiter on the cum discourse, but I'm sorry. I guess I'll step up and become the cum arbiter. Clip that one. Oh my god. Yeah, so this is clearly a preoccupation with portraying me with a blowjob face and cum dripping out of my mouth. Dude, what is with you and this? What is going on, dude? I thought this was weird as shit, but didn't want to be precious about it and made fun of Sunday ruthlessly on stream. I guess he consulted his inner Freud because he immediately stopped that specifically, but he kept talking about my dick. So I made up a goofy-ass song about how he couldn't stop sexually harassing me on the spot. Aiko now sings the sexual harassment song when getting necrophilia donos. Not weird at all. What is the insinuation there? That Aiko likes necrophilia? Or like that she approves of necrophilia? And again, I can't look at the clips because it's on Dropbox. Okay? After I'm done with stream Emerald, I'm gonna publish it. Don't you worry. Don't you worry your catboy little head. At some point, Aiko watched me making fun of Sunday for barring his freak show sexual proclivities on stream and got extremely uncomfortable while trying to sweep for him. Even her chat didn't believe her. These are Sunday's fans too. And even they know it's cum in the thumbnails. Dude, if you say cum one more time... He's a cat man, not a cat boy. Trust me. Dude, Twink Death is gonna hit you real hard, Emrao, okay? Holy shit. Let's see. This was just as common as shit. This was just common as shit behavior for them. And to reiterate, it was all started by Sunday because he was ass mad I didn't want to be friends anymore. Here are the rest of the clips. I bothered to get them hanging out, and Aiko repeatedly joking about necrophilia and me murdering my wife and other weird sexual shit. Now, I do want to say this. Tyler, you kind of invoke people calling you the crazy guy, okay? When you make jokes about you know, like having the mall crash out, right? And being like this violent jonkler, okay? When you get on stream and talk about being the violent jonkler, other people are going to run with that and talk about how you're the violent jonkler. That's just how it is with streaming. You develop this personality, that's what you become, all right? I'm sorry, you do that to yourself. I'm not saying it's okay for them to make those jokes about your wife. I wouldn't, right? But fuck me, are you surprised that people did? Sunday's strongest reaction to any of this was in an early November stream, when he got visibly uncomfortable that Tyler's wife's necrophilia donor was donating to the stream while he was on it. In this clip, he makes a pathetic, hand-waving suggestion that the donos about me fucking my dead wife and desecrating her corpse are maybe, possibly just a bit too far. He urges Aiko to possibly, if she can, just if she wants to, stop letting the necrophilia joke continue on her stream. He makes sure to let her know he'll pick up the tab on the donos she's missing. But doesn't suggest banning the chatter that's been writing necrophilia fanfiction. Okay, it sounds like Sunday is disavowing this. Sounds like Sunday's disavowing this. This is from Tyler's own writing, by the way. Okay? This isn't like this is Tyler editorializing about it. And even in this editorializing, it sounds like Sunday is doing the correct thing of being like, hey man, I don't feel cool with these jokes. Do you want to stop? What do you want him to do? It's not his stream. Why should he be able to judge and like decide what goes on somebody else's stream like that? Hey, sorry, you can't get donos about this anymore. Tyler thinks Aiko is Sunday's pet and that he can control her. Well, listen, I don't know much about Aiko and Sunday, but if there's one thing I do know, it's that is definitely not true. He'll pick up the tabs on the donos she's missing out on, but doesn't suggest banning the chatter that's been writing necrophilia fanfiction. In fact, he says he understands that I'm a bad guy and understands why people feel justified writing necrophilia and abuse fanfiction about my wife. Aiko rounds out the clip by saying she feels okay getting to donos and making murder and rape jokes about my wife because, quote, she doesn't think any of it, think of her as real. Sunday doesn't bother correcting her or suggesting my wife is actually a real person and shouldn't be thought of that way. Brother, we've said my wife so much, this is sounding like a Borat clip, okay? Ay. Oh, I have the Sunday dad clip now. I'm being fed clips as we're going through this. All right.
He creepily looks kind of like my dad, which I don't like at all.
Ugh.
It just makes all of this just so deeply disturbing in addition to this. He's got the same fucking haircut too, like Jesus.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I'll listen, I got white people blindness. I don't know what to say.
Oh, I regret bringing that up. Sorry, press on.
I just oh no. I just had a vision of him being like, he called me daddy.
Yeah, I regret that was
It was a mistake.
Guys, Tyler doesn't want to be sexualized, okay? Don't sexualize him. I mean, you can sexualize me, though. I think that's totally okay.
He's the Canadian.
Thank you. Oh, okay. So here's some of the donos. I'm receiving them. We were getting some of them.
Adult
If I
talk.
found out that he's got a secret fucking Pornhub account, he's doing tributes to my picture, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Dude, there is so much sexual tension between Sunday and Tyler.
Tyler makes me role play as the core of a child he murdered and sodomized.
No. I disavow. Thank you for the
What are you fucking kidding me? There's no way that this fucking clip was included in the script, motherfucker. Okay? This clip was included in the script, and this motherfucking woman is like, I disavow immediately after. All right?
$2 Tyler's wife. Hmm.
Dude, every Aiko clip I see is her sitting in silence as something else happens around her, dude. So, chat, we're seeing why I told him not to run this, right? We're seeing it. We're seeing it now.
will have you know, Aiko, that women at the gym look at his crotch and smile.
No, look at
okay?
his dick. Not just his crotch. They look at his dick and smile.
Which is shaped exactly like his face, by the way. Press on.
Oh.
Dude, these guys can't keep cock off the brain, dude. Oh shit.
But what was I saying?
It will have you.
Why? But like I guys, I just want you to understand that Tyler says that this is, you know, equivalent to sexual harassment. Okay? I don't want to like throw that at like dudes in general, but are you really, do you, as a grown man, do you really fucking care if people are talking about how other people saw your dick through your sweatpants? Like, when is that ever, like, personally, if people said, damn, Diesel, I see your fucking hog through your sweatpants, I'd be like, thank you. Diesel, don't be mad at me. I sent the doc to Mrow. Yeah, I know. I said I was going to post it anyway, but yeah. Let's see. Here's another clip. You guys just deliver like motherfuckers, don't you?
I am not insinuating he's a wife beater. I'm saying he might have eaten her. That's part of the what's it called? What's the cannibalism disease thing again?
Tyler has found a stream. I'm
I
certain he
forget what
has.
it's called.
Took him long enough.
I'm not saying he beats her. I'm saying he might eat her. He might have eaten her. And that's human prion disease. Is there another name for it? Kuru?
All right, that one wasn't that bad. That one wasn't that bad. He clearly doesn't believe that. No, like you'd have to be a very unreasonable person to think Tyler ate his wife. Let's see. Is this? Here's another one. The last one I have.
Her husband looks ridiculous. In his boxers, it's a little mean. The gooning thing is because of Tyler's sexual harassment of President Sunday. So when he
Dude, it's like mutual. It's enemies to lovers, bro.
heard Sunday say Brokeback Mountain, meaning because Tyler has a back injury and he's large.
Back mountain. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's good.
And Tyler took that as Sunday wanting to fuck him because everything is people wanting to fuck Tyler, I guess.
I think Tyler's a handsome guy, man. I'm surprised more of his audience doesn't goon for him. Listen, I got the clip and it's like, and it's sped up. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm raw dogging it, chat.
And she immediately felt bad. No, babe, I was just kidding. He didn't respond. Babe, I'm sorry. Dan was gone much longer this time. Maybe Adelaide's just a bitch. He returned wearing a blank, "You think I'm fucking around" expression and carrying one of their large Pyrex serving bowls from the kitchen.
What? I don't even understand what that clip is about. Okay, I literally like. I'm like I was waiting for like the big like blowout moment on that clip, dude.
See ya.
I think maybe Tyler's friend should check up on him. I think that Tyler's friend should check up on him and also make sure his wife is okay.
That one is insinuating something 110%.
You know, okay, alive, not in a freezer.
Yeah, this one is definitely the most damning against Aiko.
Hey, Karasu, they had arguments around if monkeys can be said to wage war.
That was the most damning one, but every other clip I've seen wasn't really that bad. Also, I can't imagine arguing with your spouse about the monkey wars. What is this? Talking about Tyler's junk. Dude. If I've had a nickel for every time I've had to talk about men's junk on my stream, I'd have like 2 nickels. Which is way more, because it's not me talking about my junk. Hold on. Oh, this is like literally a similar clip to one we saw earlier. This is literally just, I'll play it. Hold on. It's coming through a window, chat, so I gotta switch to it. Let me just do that. Boom. Just gonna play.
Human being can get.
No. Okay, hold on. Why are we leaking private? It's because I won't do the melon stream. It's literally like that first clip I showed you, with them. It's literally like one of these clips, but from Sunday's perspective. Like that's all it is. It's just Sunday mentioning how Tyler saw his fucking like fucking cock, or like his cock was seen at the gym. There. It's like the same thing over again. All right. Suggesting my wife is a real person. It shouldn't be thought of that way. These are Dropbox links. How effective is this a rebuke of Tyler's wife's chatter? They sent another super a short while later, and Sunday says nothing about it. I don't understand. If it's not on his stream, what is he supposed to fucking do about it? Like he can levy his opinion, but he's not gonna like be like disavow every single fucking time it happens. Like I don't know what you want him to do. Like Aiko's her own person, okay? Yeah, normal as shit behavior, right? How did Sundays, and by extension Aiko's communities, react to this ongoing sexualization of me and my wife? Discuss self-reflection about the drug-addicted degenerate perverts they follow? No. Fuck no. They started stalking my wife IRL and sharing the information on Sunday and Aiko's servers. So if you guys were just watching that debate between Tyler and Sunday, you guys will know that Tyler name doxes Sunday, which is a no-no. But here, Tyler is saying that, hey, man, you can't do that to me. You can't do that to my wife. And to be honest, they shouldn't have pulled this up. But he did do that tonight. Tyler did do that tonight, okay? So he's a fucking hypocrite, all right? If you're uncultured swine, the MDME in chat below is an abbreviation of Mademoiselle, which is French for Miss or Mrs. I really don't give a shit other than to let you know it means that they're talking about my wife and not me. Okay? Anyway, if you're wondering what they doxed about Tyler's wife, it was her Goodreads account. They found her Goodreads account. Which I don't know, man. Tyler literally named his wife on stream. Okay, well then. She's not on the internet though. She's not like a creator. She doesn't have any skin in the game. So it's kind of like, I get why this is fucked up, and I understand why you would feel it's a breach of privacy, but it's a public Goodreads account. So if you want to go off on the like idea that like, oh, a name isn't a dox, then like a Goodreads shouldn't be a dox, right? Anyway, this Discord member says, I'm comparing my books to Mademoiselle Bells on Goodreads, 61%, and there are several atrocities of the ratings committed against books I loved. And so they're basically, so I don't think this person is in the Discord server anymore. This Dead Meat 147. They don't have like their name's not a color, so it kind of reads like they're gone. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, right? Your Goodreads is often attached to your Facebook though, which could be a serious problem. Well, yeah, then that would be a serious problem because it could put a huge target on your back, right? I will say it's difficult because Tyler's an author. Tyler's full name is on his books, And if you know Tyler's wife's first name, you basically have her full name, and then you could easily find that through Facebook. It's really, that's really easy to pull up. It's not okay, and you shouldn't do it, and I'm not approving of any of that, right? Dead meat is gone from the server. Thank you. And so there you go. And Tyler's like wording it in a way that makes it seem very disingenuous, right? Obviously. But again, I'm not approving of what they're doing with the Goodreads here, of course. But if Tyler wants to have that standard, he needs to maintain it, right? Let's see. That's like rating Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream" speech 3 out of 5. Blah blah blah. So they're basically just talking about the books that she's rated on Goodreads. And I have a number to stars when I was 11. Blah blah blah. And then this is that river person that was brought up in the drama tonight as well. Don Quixote might make me laugh once or twice, but I never finished Treasure Island. Yada yada. Tyler went on a rant on stream saying doxing is good, actually. I think if that's something that Tyler said tonight, he is not doing any favors for himself. Tyler said in the past that no matter who you are, if he knows your name, he's going to say it. Or, yeah, make the Facebook private. You shouldn't be on Facebook, period. If you have a Facebook, get rid of it, okay? Fucking save your information, all right? We already give too much data to fucking these corporations anyway. Fucking save yourself the trouble. He thinks if you have a political opinion, you must post full name. I think if you have a political opinion, you should post full. So they're just going through and they're talking about her fucking Goodreads account. They're not naming her, by the way, in any of these chats. They're just calling her Tyler's wife or Mrs. Bell, right? Tipster has hit the Google document, Chad. Tipster has hit the Google document. Let's see. Anyway, I don't care about her. Which, by the way, this book conversation about Tyler's wife, look at what comes up at the bottom. Right? She's got shit taste in books. No wonder she's married Tyler. President Sunday. No dissing Tyler's wife. In fact, no discussion of his wife at all. Thank you. So Sunday puts a stop to the conversation. It's almost like he's doing exactly what Tyler asked of him. Yeah, there's your disavow. There's your disavow. And then, wait. So after showing President Sunday in a charitable light, right? Tyler says, so yeah, this alcoholic degenerate who once pretended to be somebody else in order to get private information on Not So Erudite doesn't care that his community is cyberstalking my wife. So apparently President Sunday doesn't care that his community is cyberstalking his wife. Guys, what is he supposed to do? Tyler said that if you get paid for talking about your political opinions, your full name should be out there. It was whether or not you got paid for it. Ah, okay. This is after rounds of necrophilia donos, jokes he made about me beating my wife, and necrophilia fanfiction being released on his server about me and my wife. And we get a cut it out buster. What do you want him to say? What do you want him to, like, fucking... What do you want him to say? Did Sunday delete the Goodreads info? Well, does it fucking matter now? Remember, Tyler was gonna post this. Oh, there doesn't seem to be any PII. Based off of everything I was reading in here, I couldn't find any allusion to Tyler's wife's name. Aside from the fact she has a Goodreads account and it is Tyler's wife, you can't really find anything on her based off of this, right? At least these screenshots that he's posted, maybe there's more information that I don't have access to, right? I'm willing to admit that. But based off of everything I'm seeing here, that I don't see her name posted. I don't see any identifying information. These are literally just Goodreads numbered ratings, okay? Without any context as to who the original poster is, right? It seems to be deliberately left out of those screenshots. Tyler name dropped her once. Tyler, get on your knees. Get on your knees Sunday and apologize. Yeah. We get a cut it out Buster. I feel like normal people might throw a ban out there. And Dead Meat is banned, by the way. So either he's old man posting or something, because that's definitely, he's not in the server anymore. But this is also a guy that stayed friends with Dima, Mama, and Doe for a long time after Beckett of Crabs, Cope, and Seeth released their video on Fawn being a lolicon pedo freak. By the way, you know, now Beckett's actually a pedophile defender, right? He's a sweeper. He's a terrible guy. He's a piece of shit, right? But isn't it funny when he's friendly with Beckett, Glaze Beckett, when everything's good with Beckett? Yeah. Released their video on Fawn being a lolicon pedo freak. The issue is Sunday is inherently unlikable, and he has to keep everybody he can. That's why you can defend pedophilia in his server, necrophilia, hell, even share pictures of dead bodies, and it's hardly even a slap on the wrist. Right? All right. It's against server rules to post dead bodies here. Abide or get out. I've heard people bashing their head against the wall because Volt is just enough, blah, blah, blah. He was remotely funny. For the record, in the future, everyone will simply be banned without warning for the same. I'm not hearing an acknowledgement that you will follow the rules going forward, so you're timed out till tomorrow. Again, it just seems like it's Sunday doing exactly what he should be doing. And moderating the Discord server. Like, it's literally been nothing but Sunday doing the correct thing in these situations. Which is great because the Cathedral, Sunday's Discord, is a great place to get into the weeds of ethics of necrophilia in the first place. Even when it's not about my spouse. I do want to say, by the way, is that this is a political Discord, and for some reason, political Discords always invite the most, like, beyond the Overton window debates possible. I'm really not surprised that a political Discord is loaded with all this insane, like, debate garbage, because that's what happens in a debate Discord, where all the debates just become the most insane, ridiculous shit possible. British... Dude, he has said the same thing to Sunday. When Sunday didn't take issues with his video, he was cool. But as soon as he got criticism from Sunday, he's suddenly sweeping for pedos. It's philosophy and politics. Well, then no fucking surprise. It's primarily philosophy, not politics. It's weird to normies, but it's like actual discussions. Let's see. The spread of disease thing isn't an ethical argument, though. So that, and again, none of this is Sunday. It's all just random glup shittos. I don't give a shit about any of these people's opinions. I don't fucking care if some random fucking guy on the internet is like, necrophilia is based, actually. I don't care. I don't care. Anyway, after showing just a discussion of random glup shittos, right? He goes on to say, ultimately, President Sunday is a drunken sex pest. Interesting. Sunday is a drunken sex pest and pedophile enthusiast. You are obviously just sweeping. You know, the thing is that I don't think that Tyler would address any of my actual points. He'd just get into, like, debate.
It's my first
rapist
time.
tactics.
Tyler quivered as he bent over. Don't worry, I'll be gentle, said Sunday. But in fact, Sunday was not gentle.
Oh my god. Do I need to disavow? Because $5 says that I really shouldn't disavow. I think I should double down, actually. I think that I should just do it. I think fuck disavow, double down, triple down. Add me to the next draft. You know, this guy, FPS Diesel, built his brand on gooning. That's right, he said that he likes to jerk off. Oh my god. Yeah, Tyler, go write that down. Look at you sweeping. Literally nobody sweeps like me, all right? You know, they fucking I keep this shit clean like the fucking Congress floor, buddy. All right? All right, I'm like fucking Baldi's Basics, the fucking broom running through the hall. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Oh, shit. Let's see. Anyway, President Sunday is a drunken sex pest and pedophile enthusiast. Where is he a pedophile enthusiast? First of all, I don't even know what a pedophile enthusiast is. Is that somebody who approves of pedophiles? Is that somebody who encourages pedophiles? Basically, you're just calling President Sunday a pedophile. Where? Give me evidence of why President Sunday is a pedophile. Oh, wait, no. Instead of a drink, Diesel's a sweep. Who permits literally anything in his community.
And died. What do we do? Argue with you? I'm not on the debate team. This is a mock trial.
Diesel,
thank you.
You are an excellent janitor.
I know. I am Latino. I was made for this. Thank you for 50, by the way. That's very based of you. Yeah. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with this aside from get this doc together. There's actually more shit out there, but I don't particularly care to look at additional evidence at this point because I personally have seen enough. I'm about 99% sure Aiko's contributions above constitute a violation of TOS. Probably her and Sunday's discords are in violation of TOS. Watch out, guys. Watch out, guys. Tyler's going to go after your communities. He's going to take them down.
Tyler expected this encounter to be thup-thwop, but Sunday had come prepared for plap get pregnant. He shriveled in fear.
You know, the worst thing is, right, is that in my community, a dono like that from 2D Trash is really normal. Right? Because that's like normal in my community, right? Because we always talk about that, right? That's just what happens. But now Tyler's gonna clip chimp this and be like, "Oh, Diesel's a pedophile, gooner, sex freak, blah 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 blah." Go ahead, do that. See what happens. Either way, Sunday knows about all of this. He was there for the most of it, literally supported literally all of it, and only started getting antsy once he knew my community had noticed all the disgusting shit he was into because they're woke scold bullies. All right. And again, I also don't give a shit what your glub shittos on your Discord have to say. What I give a shit is about you, the guy with the skin in the game. Okay. He thinks he's above it all. Let's see. And then it says, look, for most of us who have been on the internet a long time, we've seen beef, right? So it's like they're talking about beef. Like, oh, it's right above it. Oh, my God. Dumb streamer. Look, most of us have been on the internet for a long time. We've all seen beefs and thought we're foolish, but people themselves think is everything. What you and Tyler on is that everyone on the outside looking in is like, what the hell is going on in there, lol? I'm happy to poke fun and be annoyed with both of you. The absolutely deranged vitriol is not one-sided. Or did you somehow miss all the times people insinuated Tyler's a wife-beating, child-slaughtering war criminal who's going to hunt people down here? Minus the wife-beating part, Tyler is the one who insinuated that. He's rather proud of it. Aiko's community is more excited about finally revealing who's running the necrophilia account. And again, I don't really give a shit who runs the necrophilia account. I don't think Tyler, and I said it to Tyler, I don't think you should give a shit what random haters on the internet have to say about you, right? People doing stuff like this are just looking to get a rise out of you, okay? I don't know what to tell you. You know, if Ico's approving that stuff, that's one thing, right? But if it's just some random person on the internet, what are you going to do? Develop a Google document about how somebody said something mean about you on the internet? Like, fucking grow a spine, dude, okay? Like, he keeps saying how this is content and he's not actually mad. No, you don't put together a document like this and not be mad. Tyler was actually mad. Okay, he even said it in the Touching Grass stream that he was going to the edge. He was looking over the dark abyss. All right, and now it's content, brother. Come on, you can say you're mad, but like, dude, you just shouldn't be going on the internet and getting mad about this shit at all. Necro, what now?
I just tuned in. The Necro What Now account?
The necrophilia account?
Then die. What do we do? Argue with you? I'm not on the debate team. This isn't mock trial.
I remember watching a video of Tyler a long time ago making the claim it was okay as a soldier to be racist towards enemies in order to dehumanize them and make them easier to kill.
Well, I haven't seen that clip, so I'm just going to go, damn, and then move on. All right, so this is like random glupshitos talking in a Discord. Okay. Why do you think I'm Tyler's wife, you fucking lying cuck? Do you usually get this wrecked on Discord by people you antagonize because you just went from, I don't even know who you are, lol, to because someone said that I thought you might be, I don't know. Did you finish high school? This is all like rant. I don't give a shit about this. And then he ends this doc by saying, I'll finish up the doc with this. This shit is fucking rank. Okay. And then what else was there? There was some... Okay. So I have a blank version of Tyler's contract. I'll go over the contract in a second. And then, you know, the Five Eyes Alliance of Commentary is watching. But yeah, I will go over that too in a second. But I'll be right back. Let me go take a leak.
Number figured out, a motive born in drought and brevity. And if I'm not the soul of your design, I blatantly decline your remedy. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free. I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a...
All right, you fucking bitches. I'm back. Yeah, so another thing that was insinuated tonight is the possibility of Tyler litigating against a former employee. That's bad. I don't like that at all. I don't think he should be litigating against a former employee. I don't think his channel is big enough to even justify such a case. Now there is this is a blank contract that I received through a private third party. There are many people upset with Tyler. Some of the people closest to Tyler are upset with Tyler. Okay? Show them grabbers. Guy, you know how much I fucking wash my hands now, chat? He'll be litigating against you, Diesel. He's insane. What have I said that was disparaging against it tonight? I mean, if he wants to do that, go right ahead, but like, do you really want to spend the next 4 or 5 years litigating this in court? No, just take it on the chin. I don't think it's very reasonable to do that at all, to do this. He insinuated that against a former employee. I think that's very disparaging to say about a former employee, by the way. I don't think you should be speaking about that, especially when you haven't finished any of those things, right? But there are multiple frustrated individuals, frustrated contract workers, and people with Tyler. So this really is a pretty boilerplate contract from everything I've said. But we'll cover some of that proprietary information and confidentiality, right? I personally, I think if you now, personally, as a leftist myself, I don't even know if I consider myself a leftist, right? This has made me very disillusioned, right? I think if you are somebody from Tyler's space on the internet, the idea that you could be going after a former employee is very bad. I don't think that's good at all. It just, that language is not. I feel like going after a former employee who's talking about their workplace, which I haven't seen a employee talking about their workplace, right? And talking about it in a disparaging way, by the way, okay, is disgusting. All right. I think the possibility that he's considering litigation against any employees who have talked about their prior time working with him is insane, and that he should throw that out the window right now. There's no reason him as a leftist who focuses and talks a lot about blue collar workers should be even considering that. Okay. But threatening that on stream was the dumbest possible thing. Yes. Yes. He does. He sounds like a petty ass jilted ex. Right? But most of this is just very general boilerplate shit. It is a very Illuminati-ass
My
move.
mighty class
Yes.
celebrates 7 months of membership. Is Tyler the new Illuminati?
So the contracts, to my knowledge, started in September after the Demon Mama video. He basically wanted to get things on lock, and so that's why these things
Then
showed up.
why?
All right?
What do we do? Argue with you? I'm not on the debate team. This isn't mock trial.
I've had an employer send me a legal letter after I left my job for another one in a different field, threatening to sue me for getting a job at a competitive company. Accused me with no evidence.
Well, I would hope that we don't see Tyler go down that road. I would hope that we don't see Tyler go down that road. I think that would be very bad for his career, personally. Let's see. The product of all work performed under this agreement, work product, including limitations, all notes, reports, documentation, blah, 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 blah. I think the clause that was being discussed was... Okay, so there's a few clauses I wanted to look at. 7 is resolving disputes. If a dispute arises under this agreement, the parties agree to first try and resolve the dispute with the help of a mutually agreed upon mediator. Any costs and fees other than attorney fees associated with the mediation shall be shared equally by all parties. If it proves impossible to arrive at mutually satisfactory solution through mediation, the parties agree to submit the dispute to a mutually agreed upon arbitrator, judgment upon which the award rendered by the arbitrator may be entered into any court having jurisdiction to do so. Cost of arbitration, including early fees, will be allocated by the arbitrator. So, Tyler, I don't know what's going on with the people you've let go recently, but I would hope that these people that you've let go, there's been a discussion and that these things have been, that you tried to resolve these things with your former employees via mediation with a third-party mediator. If that didn't happen, that sounds like it would be a breach of your contract by doing that, right? So, I don't know if you have or you haven't, but I would say if you haven't and you're just letting moderators go and you're letting people go and you're just being disparaging to people, that needs to stop and you need to slow down. Next is the confidentiality clause. Contractor will not disclose or use either during or after the term of this agreement any proprietary confidential information of the client without the client's prior written permission, except to the extent necessary to perform services on the client's behalf. Now, I just want to say that these contracts started because of the Demon Mama stuff. I think that this is generally really strange for a small channel to introduce a contract. I think if you're working for a channel and you're under 500k subs, the idea of a written out contract like this is very odd. It's very uncommon in the industry. I've worked for million plus sub YouTubers, people who actually fucking matter. And I've never signed a contract or an agreement or any kind of confidentiality clause ever in my entire career. I think that this is a bad sign. I don't think that YouTubers should be doing this, especially at Tyler's size. And I think if you are, that's really fucking weird. Okay? Never seen this other than Keem, and the NDA was weak. I've literally never seen this ever. Ever. Keem I get because he's that type of guy. Right? But again, never seen this at all, period. Hi, besties. What's good? A little late. It's giving Onision NDA. Yeah, I don't even know if this would be admissible, right? Or this would be able to be held up. A lot of the language in this is like, it sounds like it's in perpetuity, right? But I feel like it needs a date where it ends, right? You shouldn't be confidentially bound forever. Proprietary or confidential information includes the written, printed, graphic, or electronic recorded materials furnished by the client for contractor to use. Any written or tangible information stamped confidential. Could you guys imagine getting a document as an employee of Tyler's labeled confidential? Or with a similar legend or any information that a client makes reasonable efforts to maintain the secrecy of. Business or marketing plans or strategies, customer list, operating procedures, trade secrets, design formulas, know-how and processes, computer programs and inventories, discoveries, improvements of any kind, sales projections and pricing information, and information belonging to the customer and supplier or the client with whom the contractor gained knowledge of as a result of the contractor's services to the client. Remember, guys, this is for people who do contract labor on a 16k sub YouTube channel, okay? This is fucking weird. This is fucking weird, all right? If you're this paranoid, Tyler, that you feel you need contracts like this, you are in the wrong business, okay? You're in the wrong business. You're in the wrong genre of content. You want to do this for like fucking Warhammer content? Go right ahead. Right? You want to do this for content that's like not political or not commentary? Go ahead.
See what's going on.
Not to be that
Baba Boy. Not to be that ho, but who is Tyler? I'm so lost.
Tyler is a political streamer and a guy on the internet. Westside Tyler, yes. Information belonging to blah, blah, blah. Upon termination of the contractor's services to the client, or at the client's request, contractors shall deliver to the client all materials in the contractor's possession relating to client's business. Client shall be entitled to equitable relief, included an injunction in the event of such a breach or threatened breach of Clause 8 of this agreement. Such equitable relief shall be in addition to the client's rights and remedies otherwise available to law. Now, again, I would hope that Tyler does not act on this. I do not think there is any reason for him to act on this. I haven't seen anything that would break this clause anywhere. He seems to be very jumpy about it, though. I think he's very worried about leakers. But yeah, we need a lawyer. Legal Eagle, where you at? But I do not want to hear about any litigation happening against any former employee. I think that would be ridiculous. Okay. Is this illegal, Doc? What's happening? Yes, there is a streamer who is threatening a lawsuit against workers. Content, do you want to call in? This is my brother. Sure. All right. Buzz me on Discord. Or actually, I'll just hop into VC. This is the guy who does our contracts, by the way, for our coffee company, not for our fucking YouTube channel.
If you're going to do
Hi.
contract work as an employee, I strongly suggest getting a contract signed to make
No,
sure you get
it's all right.
Great
now,
vid on that. F you pay.
All right, Johnny, I'm gonna give you the TLDR for this. Right, there is a YouTuber who is in a bit of hot water. He has his contract employees sign contracts, right? But tonight he threatened to sue one of them very vaguely.
All right.
Right, for apparently breaching confidentiality.
Yeah.
Right, and I mean, you've written contracts for us before, right?
Do you have a link to this contract so I can skim it over?
Yeah, I can show you. I can hold on. I'll pull it up on stream for you. Actually, I'll send you a copy of it in the
Gen.
In the Gen. Okay.
Yeah, Gen CEO.
There you go.
Guys, I have a business degree, so I know what I'm talking about.
No, this is literally all he does, guys.
Yeah, that's actually what I do.
Now,
what type of work is this?
For video editing. Oh, an EG raid happening tonight too. Everybody's coming in on a really insane evening. Is this your older brother? This is my brother.
No, I'm younger than him. Confidentiality. Those are these. During or after the term of this agreement, any proprietary or confidential information of client with that. So, do we like this person or no?
No. He's being overly litigious.
Proprietary confidential information includes. So it only includes these things.
Yes.
When printed graphic or. So why is he suing them? Where is he suing them?
He was threatening tonight. He was very vague, but he was threatening.
These are very vague things.
Now, the end date should be like when you're terminated or a short time after you're terminated, right? Like,
well, not necessarily. If he wants them to sign an NDA, which is what he should have them sign, he should have that. You know, the thing with contract law, which is, you know, the specific type of law that I know, better than anything else. Contract law is very much whatever's written in the contract and you agree to is what goes. So if I sign a contract saying, I'm going to work for you and do whatever you tell me to do within this subsect of business for the next 2 years, and I sign a contract, then I have to do that, or else I face whatever punishment. And the rule of whatever that is the contract. So if the contract says you can't talk about this stuff after you work with me, then that's just what it is. But the issue with like confidentiality stuff like this is it's really hard to prove whether or not the person said it, if the person actually disclosed anything. If that was actually the person, hey, maybe they got hacked. Who knows? There's so many things that could go into it. It's hard to get a lawsuit going. Also, a majority of lawsuits happen outside of, or settle outside of court. So going directly saying, I'm going to sue you and being really public about it is just like such a dumb way. It's like the Streisand effect, because if you bring attention to it, you're bringing attention to it. Like,
so
dumb.
it would be bad for him to have said that tonight on stream, right?
It's so bad to say that, because the minute you start talking about I'm going to sue you for this, you give legitimacy to whatever the thing you want to sue them about is. So if I obviously I've never done this, but if I murder somebody and somebody's like, hey, he murdered him, and I say, I'm going to sue you for slander. All right, maybe I have something to hide if I'm suing somebody for slander about that.
So it makes him look like he's hiding something, basically.
Incredibly. Okay. That's just, if somebody says something about you and it's not true, be like, hey, that's not true. But don't be like, you can't say that. I'm going to sue you. Hey, you're a baby. Sorry, you're being a baby.
Yeah, it was really just because he was vague posting about suing someone this evening. And I thought, now he's a leftist, like, workers' rights guy.
Yeah.
And it sounds like he wants to sue for like somebody giving disparaging comments or giving information to like a journalist or a third party. But obviously you wouldn't, like, if I got it from that, I wouldn't give that person up, right? I wouldn't say anything about it. So he's just making vague threats about suing someone on the basis of his own, mind.
His own whatever, yeah.
Yeah. He's very paranoid.
So I'm reading this contract. So if I don't think, obviously nobody's read one of my contracts. But one thing you should usually do in a contract, and I've just very quickly skimmed over this, so I could be wrong, but from what I'm seeing is he didn't put in. What I like to do is, hey, if you don't abide by this contract, these are the ramifications. So, confidentiality. You can't disclose this without permission, blah, blah, blah. This is what is included in that information. And then don't breach the contract. Yeah, no, there's nothing here that says, hey, this is what I get if you breach the contract. So what I do is, hey, these are body pillows. If you don't advertise within these certain days, I take this much money from you, and you remit that to me, because that's just...
So there's no specific consequences for breaking anything in here.
There's absolutely nothing. There's no content. You have to write down the consequences, or else the only thing you do is breach the contract. And all right, you breach the contract after you stop working with them. Boo-hoo. You're not going to obviously work with them again. That's pretty much the only thing from this contract that you've done. So if you're going to a lawyer, say, hey, this person breached my contract, the lawyer's gonna be like, all right, what'd they do?
And
Oh,
there's
they
nothing
told-
and there's nothing here that says you can't like talk about your workspace. It's just like specific, like confidential or like proprietary stuff. Like if you got like classified documents at this business, let's say you did, right? Like that you obviously couldn't share, but you could
Yeah.
say that
So-
you work for this person, right?
Yeah.
Based
From
off
what
of
I'm
that.
reading and the information included here, to condense it down, it is don't talk about sensitive material regarding our clients and me.
Mm.
And when you're done, you can't like steal the people we've worked with,
Mm.
which is pretty standard. He did it in a very roundabout way, but that's
you
pretty standard.
you could talk about your time working there based off of what I'm reading.
Yeah, as long as you're not saying, "Hey, when I worked there, I used this software like this. Let me show you all of these things that I did." That would be confidential information.
Mm.
But if I said, "Hey, I worked with this guy. This is the type of stuff we did." That's it. That's fine. That's like an interview question. If he wants to say that, if you're going and getting an interview, the guy can't say, "Hey, I'm going to sue you because you talked about working with me." It's not. You can't do that.
Yeah.
This is not applicable law. Kentucky, blah blah blah. You find the whole client harmless. There's nothing. It's not. What's this guy do?
He's a
like a politic.
Yeah, he's a politics streamer.
He should take some very like low level law courses because this contract is not the best.
Guys, remember, this is literally what my brother does. This is literally all he does. I've been in many a meeting, okay, where we discussed contracts. All right, he's the guy. So this is quite an indictment.
Prior to reading of digital media, this is just a. So there's a format they usually give you when you're writing a contract, at least for business law. So like the beginning, if you go to the beginning of the contract, usually you have like a paragraph just telling what the contract is and what it's for.
People really keep like bringing up like, okay, this is Kentucky non-disclosure agreements and all that stuff, right? And I have a quote here that says, this is from like a lawyer's website, right? So with a grain of salt, chat, obviously, yada yada, not legal advice. To be legally binding, a non-disclosure agreement must include effective dates. Start date is often the date of signing. Now, first of all, this isn't a non-disclosure agreement, correct? That's just like a non-disclosure confidentiality clause, right? In a contractor's contract.
So usually non-disclosure agreements have big red text at the top that says NDA, non-disclosure agreement. So
it wasn't clearly stated.
In my opinion, this wouldn't be an NDA. Yet again, let me just preface this entire stream. None of this is legal advice. Don't try and sue me. Not like you can, because it's very hard to actually get a lawsuit through, despite everything you might think. Continue.
It goes on to state, the start date is often the date of signing, but the end date can be a specific day, a specific amount of time, a time tied to an event, such as the completion of a project, or indefinitely. It must also describe exactly what must be kept confidential. For maximum coverage, general phrases or terms should not be used. Specificity makes it easier to recognize if a breach would occur. A violator can be sued for damages, forced to pay back lost profits, or even held in contempt, which can lead to criminal charges.
So, from that...
Right now, considering he's like a political streamer, if somebody were to speak out, it would be a whistleblower. Right? And there's nothing barring someone from speaking about the workspace.
No, from what that was said, Diesel, he just leaked the name. There's nothing that can be done to this person legally. I don't think he's gonna sue them. It's
Oh, so yeah. Well, if considering that was listen. Okay, by the way, I should say Tyler used to be a journalist. And source journalist confidentiality is something you respect. Just to be known, I did not get any of this through Ash, by the way. But I wasn't going to leak it. I would have defended that and not leaked it. But if Tyler wants to be the guy to do that, go ahead. Either way, I didn't get it through him, just in case he's curious, because he's got rats everywhere. But yes.
resolving disputes. Let's read that one, because that's how disputes are. Can you go to section 7 of this and read it out? Have you read the resolving disputes yet?
Yes, I have.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
You want to give me the TLDR?
About resolving disputes, or you want me to read it?
You just read it. Actually, no, I'm reading it.
Just read it.
Read upon any cost and fees other than attorney fees issued. So the first thing he suggests is mediation. So I don't know why he doesn't go to a mediator prior to saying lawsuit. Usually agreed upon arbitrator, judge. This is a big nothing burger. There's nothing here. This guy just, why is he, what is, this is stupid. This is just stupid. And let me just say, I hate all this, I hate like content drama. But also, this is dumb. This is dumb. Is this guy big? Because I really hope
he's like a 16K streamer. He's like literally been crashing out the whole evening. He is actually having like a mental health episode. Also, he's 37. He's watching us right now.
Is he actually? Well, hi. First off, let me just speak to you directly. What's his name?
Tyler. Westside Tyler.
Tyler. I don't want to dog you too much on this. I hope, you're probably having a really bad night. So I hope you feel better there. I'm a man. I have humanity. You just got to get it together. Just a little bit.
He's showing the contract on stream right now. I don't think he can sue the person.
Yeah, no. Tyler, you should go to a lawyer to write a document. And if you already went to a lawyer to write this contract, you should go to a different one. I will not trust them. But yeah, in general, I hope you feel better. Yeah. Any other legal things you need to know about?
No.
Yeah. Ooh.
Your brother is very nice.
I do try. I try a little bit. Interesting. Let me go pull up one of my contracts real quick. I think my contracts are probably a better pictures, videos, work in progress now. Wrong Google account. There's like 12 million.
Diesel, I just got accused of being a reverse pedophile from what I'm being told. Yeah, he's really mad that my people are nicer than his people. He's like really fucking impressed, Johnny.
Okay, you know, not everybody is gonna be the same, Tyler. You know, some people are just gonna have different values than others, and that's okay.
Zaint celebrates 2 months of membership. About time for a /pol/
He said he wrote it on stream,
Bro
so he
seems
did it.
chill
He
BTW.
wrote it, not a lawyer.
He wrote it on stream.
No, he didn't write it on stream. He said on stream
That
that
would
he
have been
wrote
funny.
it. He's responding to us
Oh.
in the third person.
Well, Tyler, I don't really know much about your politics. I don't know much about you. To be fair, I've stopped watching YouTube for the most part because I don't want to deal. But if you need some help, I'm not offering mine because that's way too much work for me. But you should genuinely go, like, take a class or two about them. $500, take a semester class at your local, like, college. Genuinely, you're gonna get so much out of it. Specifically, being a political streamer, you should know these things.
He was a Marine, so I think he'd learn other things. You know.
All right. Well, hey, you're never too old to learn. You're never too old to learn.
Very well said, Johnny. Very well said.
That's true. I have like an example document, but it has so many like emails in it. Let me very quickly just highlight out these emails so people don't spam them.
I'm being
The numbers.
Somebody said we're lucky the contract wasn't written in crayon.
we actually are.
You know, the thing that really frustrates me, you know, Tyler leaked the name, but it's always like the nice people that get targeted by these like assholes, and it's really just a
Look,
shame.
Tyler, I'm a huge fan and I have a great lawyer for you. Call up Nick Rikita. Trust me.
Call up Nick Rikita. It's just, you know, it's always a shame when like the nice people end up on the receiving end of some ridiculous behavior from someone online, and I deal with that a lot, and it's just such a fucking frustrating thing. Are you
going to? I just got my contract.
Are you just looking to see like what the difference is?
Well, no, I'm gonna show you the contract. I just got rid of all the.
Oh, okay.
The, like really personal. Don't show.
You want me to show this as like an example, or?
Yeah, that's literally an example contract.
Mm-hmm.
So feel free to show that. It's like so much better.
Johnny, you're younger than him, but this is pretty brutal. I gotta be honest. You're being very respectful though, which is good and is why people like you.
I don't want to be. The thing is, I don't want to be rude to anybody. And I think that, you know, even if I disagree with someone, we can still learn from each other and become better.
Here's $10 for Johnny for his legal take.
This is how I like to format my documents. I like to have a basic overview at the beginning, just to give myself and whoever else is reading
I'll use Voodoo to
a basic,
Johnny
understanding of what I'm trying to do. So say, hey, maybe I'm not there, or hey, maybe I'm just like, starting to talk to somebody, and they want to see kind of what I'm trying to do. Here's a basic overview of what I'm doing. Also, say I ever need to go to a mediator or an actual lawyer, I have a basic overview saying this is all the stuff I intended to do, and it gives more validity to my whole process. So if you want to go down to terms and conditions, I'm gonna blow my nose. I've had an infinite cold.
But the point of the hopefully you can still hear me, but the point of the overview is so that way everybody's on like the same page about what this contract includes, right?
Yeah. So the point of the overview, there is two main points. One, for understanding, so you understand what's going on, and second, legally, if I ever get into some form of snafu, there is a outline, a more clear outline than just conditions that are numbered. And I go into terms and conditions, it's just literally just terms and conditions. It's just your art may be used for mana potion, NPC marketing, and merchandise. And the thing I do is at the beginning of the basic overview. So if you're doing a document and you abbreviate something, you are supposed to
have
tell
a specific
people
example of what it is, and yeah.
So literally the first line is Mana Potion Coffee LLC. The abbreviation MPC will be used for the remainder of this document, and then so that sets precedent for the remainder of the document. Same thing with acrylic stands. The abbreviation AS will be used. Blah blah blah. It clears out. You will be paid this. Copyright belongs to us for a single. You're like leasing out your copyright to that art to us. Art must be submitted at least a week before the pre-order date.
But basically, the idea is that like everybody understands what they need to do and like what their like agreements are and all that, and everybody's on the same page with every standard, right? Like and like we have like a no non-compete clause, right? So we were like, okay, like you can work for other companies too. We're not going to stop you. Blah blah blah.
Go ahead.
And I mean, we're just like the point of making it all this like super specific is so that way everybody knows what goes where, right? And
exactly.
And it just be as clear as possible. Because vague language leads to misuse.
The issues.
Yes.
And then, this term 11, this contract ends after all parties are paid what they are due. So that, once you're paid, once I'm paid, we're done. This contract is done. And then, a lot of the artists we work with turn into friends after the fact. So, there's a point where, hey, I can work with a friend, but if we have a disagreement on business, let's go look back to the contract we just signed to settle that disagreement. Because I don't want to be upset at you for business reasons, because I can be friends with you, but when it comes to business stuff,
the legal system
it's
and
written down.
government loves
Like,
excessive
there's no,
clarification. I had
there's
to
no,
sign several
it's up in the
additional
air.
documents.
Like, this is good.
Included my middle name on one, but I didn't.
Now, because this isn't for you, but they asked. So Ash was named, the person in this question was named by Tyler. I was not going to name them, and I think it is very not good that Tyler just went ahead and named them and painted a target on their back tonight. I don't think that's reasonable whatsoever. I don't think nobody's grooming them to come to our side or anything like that. Nobody's forcing them to do or say anything. We haven't asked anything of Ash. Ash is not being misled. I have spoken to Ash. Ash has been very honest. And I had wanted to protect Ash from frivolous litigation by Tyler. As, you know, as a YouTuber source confidentiality, I wasn't going to say who. And I think it is very fucked up that you name dropped them tonight. And I hope it ends there and that you can both separate amicably and that we can all move on from this as adults and not continue to allow this to become anything worse. Okay?
Or you could just follow, you know, what's written in the contract. There's a mediator, the first thing you should have done. I will say, trying to go to a lawyer, Tyler, would not be a good idea. They will probably shoo you out of the office. But yeah, Ash, you're invited to the cookout.
All right, Johnny, I'm gonna let you go.
Alrighty. Hey guys, make sure to tune in tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. To the Mana Potion Tabletop channel, where we will be uploading a video called "This Month in Tabletop January 2025." Goodbye, everyone, and good night.
What a guy! What a guy! And he did a promo, because of course he did. Yeah, man, fucking crazy, dude, right? Crazy. Lumpy Willie cannot be stopped. Is that what you wanted me to see, Chris? Always be promoting. That's so true, guys. So true. Am I? I'm actually outdoing him in numbers right now. Tyler's still live. Bro got ratioed. You know, it's such a shame that Ash's name got brought up, but yeah, I don't think he should.
Bro too small to be a Brett tuber. This crumb tuber can't stop melting down.
I don't think he should do that. I don't think he should. I haven't seen anything that was produced maliciously from Ash. Ash has not been a malicious actor in any of this. I think litigating on that would be very, very stupid and would be damning to his career quite a bit. It's vindictive and spiteful, and I don't like it. Anyway, I'll be publishing all this stuff tonight. So if you're a YouTuber and you want to take a gander, feel free. Go ahead. Take a look. Take a look, chat. Take a look. All right. I don't know why he's still going. Oh my god, dude. Should I unmute him and listen to what Tyler's saying on stream? Or should I just end? Nah, I don't actually care. If Tyler wants to talk, we can talk off stream, but I'm not gonna turn this into like content. You know, but I'm gonna end. So y'all have a lovely night. We love to see it. And yeah, maybe this is why you don't do what you've done, Tyler. Sorry. Bye-bye. Talk soon, bestie.